Hi, welcome back to Tea Time with Allie and
Angelique.
We're so glad you're here today. I don't know why I did that.
Either, but that's fun.
That's pretty fun. I sing a lot of things, so.
Yep.
But I'm very excited. We're talking about modesty and how you dress today, and it's one of my favorite topics.
Modest is hottest.
She knows I hate it.
It's so
when people
fun.
say that.
It's fun.
But it's not, because you're just degrading people to being an object again, which is why you dress modestly, so you're not degraded to an object.
Your mom's an object.
I'm telling her you said that.
Prove I said it.
I recorded it.
It was a joke, was he did.
Wow.
You're being mean. Anyway,
But-
anywho.
Anyway, we're going to talk about modesty. So, a lot of women / young women / girls think that the purpose of dressing modestly is, well, they think it's stupid.
To be boring.
But they think it's stupid because a lot of people's arguments in dressing modestly is that you don't want to tempt a man. And the thing is like, yes, men need to have self-control. That's not
Absolutely.
a question. But that doesn't mean that we tempt them for fun.
Yeah, because, tempting a man with your body on display is a sin for you and for him. Because one of our sins is thinking another into sin, and that's what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so it's like the argument is, well, he should just have better self-control. Yes, we're not saying, self-control is a fruit of the spirit. We're not saying that self-control isn't important. And when you say dress modestly, you're not saying that self-control isn't necessary. You're just saying that you want to dress in a way that reflects who you are, not what you have.
Absolutely.
And for me, I know I mentioned last week I was going through a style transition. Because my clothes aren't immodest, but I feel like they're immodest now, and I don't know why. Yeah. But so, and also they're it's not just about tempting men. That's not the only reason you should dress modestly, for sure. Because there are multiple reasons. God created women, right? And Mary, who carried Jesus, was a woman, and Mary was the Ark of the New Covenant, and so Mary herself is a tabernacle, right? And so we veil beautiful things, right? We veil sacred things, right? We keep hidden sacred things because they're beautiful. And women, we're not exactly tabernacles like Mary was, who actually carried Jesus.
I'm no tabernacle.
But we emulate and we want to be like Mary. So why not be like Mary in the way that we dress?
And she wore a veil.
She did. Go watch our video on veiling.
Hot take.
There is one thing that we didn't say in veiling that I wish we would have said about it too. Is so in the church, we veil the tabernacle, right? Because it holds Jesus and it's sacred. And again, we hide and keep hidden sacred things. And women are sacred. So women should be veiling, or women should be veiled.
All of this to say,
yeah. And that's not to say if you're not veiling right now, start. It's to think about it.
I don't know. I definitely heard start in that sentence you just said. So.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Goodness. And I'm not saying I have been completely perfect my entire life and I dress modestly all the time. There's definitely a point whenever you're younger and you realize that you have parts that people are interested in. That's such a weird way to say that.
Yeah, but you don't want to say the other way.
Yeah.
So.
But whenever you start to realize that you have certain things that'll make people interested in you, you want to show them off, right? Mm-hmm. And so it's saying but whenever, I don't know where my words are going here.
Out the window.
Yeah, that's true.
They're gone.
I don't even remember what point I was at. When you're younger, it's a validation thing.
Yeah.
So like, as you start to mature and as you start to see that your worth isn't in what you look like you start to realize like, oh, I don't have to show these parts of myself to get people interested in me. I just need to act like myself.
Yeah. Yeah, and one of the like main things about modesty is like, you wouldn't want to see, you know, let's say you're a teenage girl. Could you imagine what it would be like to see your mother in what you're wearing? Because if you can't picture some woman you respect wearing in an article of clothing that you're choosing, then you are not choosing a good article of clothing. It's a good rule of thumb.
It's a nice rule of thumb.
If you wouldn't want your mama to wear it, you shouldn't be wearing it either.
Yeah. And like, this isn't a video that's like trying to call people out. We're really just trying to like help you understand what the value in modesty is, and modesty and how you dress. Because like, it's also about a like self-respect kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't go around showing parts of myself to other people because I don't want to be seen, and I don't want to be seen for my body. I want to be seen for
your brain,
my brain and my mind, and sometimes my personality, but it's iffy.
Depends on the day.
Yeah. Depends on the time of the month.
Oh, Allie.
That was funny. Okay. You're literally every
week.
Oh,
no, I absolutely
every week
understand.
being a woman is a different... You're a different personality every week.
We're never the same. It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, it keeps men on their toes.
This got away from us really quickly.
It really did. And so another, or did you have something to say about self-respect?
No.
Oh, okay. Did you have something else you were starting?
Yeah,
Say something.
I was gonna say that, like, also think about the fact that, like, dressing immodestly is a sin the same way gossiping is. Like, when you start to tell someone some gossip, you're knowingly leading them into sin.
I love gossip.
When you are wearing immodest clothing around men who their brains think differently than ours, you're leading them into sin, and you're doing it knowingly in your choices.
There was a book I read in Bible study once, and it's called The Privilege of Being a Woman. And I wish I would have brought the book out and like pulled it up at what it said, because it talks about how all of women's like beautiful parts are like hidden. Or I guess like, this is gonna sound really weird, but like women's like, women's reproductive parts are hidden, whereas men's aren't, right? And so that is like one thing as to why we hide other parts of ourselves, is because we have this beauty that is supposed to be like internal, right?
Yeah.
And it sounds super weird when you say it like that. I wish I had pulled the book out and read the section, because it's much more eloquent. But The Privilege of Being a Woman by Alice, I forget her last name. It's really good. You should read it.
It's by Alice.
Yeah, it's by Alice.
Alice.
I think if you look up
Everybody
The Privilege
knows
of
Alice.
Being a Woman, you could find her. Anyway, so another thing that a lot of people hate about modesty is that it's not just respecting yourself, but respecting your future spouse, whether you become a nun or you are called to marry a human man. Because becoming a nun means you become the bride of Christ, right? And like, yes, God's going to love you, and Jesus is going to love you.
And forgive you for
the choices you made. Just like, however immodestly I dressed in the past, I have been forgiven for, right? But it's also like, whenever you get married, like, to a human man, like, in the marital act, you are giving yourself to that other person. And how beautiful would it be that that's the only person that ever sees those parts of you? What?
It's so funny to hear those parts.
What do you want me to say?
Nothing else. It's just funny, the wording.
Yeah, I'm trying not to be like,
oh, I know what you're doing.
PG-13.
It's just really funny. It just made me giggle.
But that's a part that people don't want to admit either, is like, they don't want to admit that, or women often say they don't dress for a man. They don't dress to entice a man. But like,
then why are you
why do
doing
you
it?
show all of your beautiful parts out there? I don't know how to say this.
Your
now
beautiful features.
I'm awkward about it. Thanks to Angelique.
Features.
Your beautiful features that make you a woman. You don't need to show them if you're not. I guess that wouldn't be what makes you a woman, but whatever. That's a different topic for a different day.
Specific to a woman.
Specific to a woman, yes. So, like, you're not just dressing for, like, yourself and your self-respect, but it's also a way to show respect towards whether you're going to become a bride of Christ or whether you're going to marry a human man. It's a sign of respect, that you're respecting the gift that you give that person.
Yeah. And, to quote John Mayer, your body is a wonderland. And it's private, and it's important to keep it to yourself. Mm-hmm. And that's hard, especially with the way that fashion is going.
Oh my goodness.
Finding things that are cute and like make you feel like comfortable and confident are hard when all of the clothes that they're selling are immodest.
Yes. That is one thing. And like recently I have started only wearing dresses to like my knees. And so I have like 2 dresses that I'm going to sew into shirts because they go above my knees.
And you like the pattern of them.
And I like the dress. It's just, if I can't wear it to mass at this point, I don't want to own it.
That's a fair point.
Like, as a dress, because, like, I don't wear pants to mass anymore. And so it's like, if I can't wear it to mass, then I don't think I should own this dress. And that's kind of where I'm at in my life.
Absolutely.
But, and so it's like, it's very difficult to dress modestly now. Like, there was one point where I was looking for shorts to wear to our field trip last year. And I had to, like, search for them for, like...
It was at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, for shorts that just went to my knees that I could wear to work. And I'm just like, this should not be so difficult. Like, I should not have trouble. But a place that I like to go to look for dresses, Ross.
Ross does have really good dresses.
They get like all the dresses nobody wants. And oftentimes I'm like, those are exactly what I want.
It's exactly what I'm looking for.
The things that other people don't want, that's what I want.
Absolutely it is.
I
don't know what that says about us, but absolutely.
We don't want to follow the trends. Also, I was watching a Brett Cooper video the other day. And if you don't know who Brett Cooper is, you should look her up. She does the comment section. But she was going over this trend, or like these trend switches. And like there are people who were really into whatever is called this clean girl trend that I didn't hear about till I watched this video.
Yep.
And apparently it was really big in like 2023. And now people are switching into this mob wife trend. And I'm just like,
what's a mob wife?
You dress like a mob wife, Angelique. Basically, it's just faux furs. And like
wow.
Like tight pants. Like that's really all it is. Like crop tops, faux furs, and tight pants.
Sign me up.
And the clean girl trend was like crop tops, but like beige colors and like neutral colors.
That
because
sounds right.
That's what people wear now. I say as I'm wearing a beige shirt.
I'm in white. Looks like we did it by accident.
Didn't mean to. But anyway, so it's like hopping on all of these trends. Also, like, you're completely clearing out your closet for a trend.
It's only gonna last like what, a year maybe?
Yeah, and you're not finding, like, if once you find out who you are, you can express yourself through your style without having to hop on a trend.
Absolutely.
And so, like, once you figure out, like, okay, what works best for me, like, you know, I'm not saying, like, and when I said I don't wear pants to mass, I'm not saying don't wear pants to mass. If you want to wear pants to mass, that's your prerogative. Please go have at it. But, like, once I, like, started, like, doing that, I have found that I can actually you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm moving my hands. I can express myself as myself rather than rather than trying to fit into what modern people are wearing.
Absolutely.
And I think that that's a big thing, is like a lot of people don't know who they are, so they hop on these trends that don't necessarily fit them and they're uncomfortable in it anyway. When
looking
just
for what feels right.
Wear. If you find something that's cute and you're like, oh, that's really cute, it's modest, I love it, but you're like, but people won't like it. Who cares?
Who cares?
Go against the trend.
Do what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Live your best life.
Don't say stuff like that.
Well, once you stop caring that other people won't like what you're wearing and you like what you're wearing, then it makes it really easy just not to care.
Yeah.
You just gotta get to the point where you're happy with your choices, and then you won't care what anyone else thinks of your decisions.
Yeah. That's fair.
It's hard.
It's
hard to be there. But
it's a hard place to get to, too, because there's, like, you're just like, this is so cute, and, like, other people would really like it. But then you, like, put it on you, and you're like, oof.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. But it fits in the trend.
Yeah.
And that's where I think a lot of women are at, is, like, it fits in with the trend, and they want to, like, show themselves off. But, like...
And also, a lot of women don't want to, like, stand out for going against the trend in the fashion.
Yeah, that was one thing when I started veiling that I was really nervous about.
Yeah.
Was the standing out, and now I don't stand out at all. It's awesome.
Well, I still go to nervous order matches where I'm one of the only people in a veil.
You know, but there's a lot more people here that wear veils than other places.
Yeah, that's fair.
So.
Although... It's okay. I don't mind being the only person in a veil.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't mind it when I went to the Novus Order Mass. Because, like, I was doing what I felt best.
But I'm also, like, not in my veil being like, everyone, look at me.
Yeah. And that's not the reason to wear a veil. Like, the reason I started wearing a veil was because I wanted to humble myself.
Absolutely.
But I have other reasons for it now. But, and if you want to know, you can check out our other video.
Shameless plug, I like it.
Yeah, it's like one of our first few videos. So, it's pretty far down there, but it's a good one.
It is a very good one.
And so, like, I have other reasons for it now, but honestly, like, wearing a veil is one of the, like, I think biggest ways you can show modesty. Because you're saying it isn't about me, it's about him.
Yeah.
And, like, no matter how cute you did your hair for mass, it doesn't matter.
Because nobody's going to see it anyway.
Exactly. Or if you're having a really bad hair day, you just get to cover it up.
See it anyway. It's an upside and an downside to everything in life. You just got to look hard enough.
But no, I do think that's one of the biggest forms of modesty. And, like, going back to what we were talking about last week with authentic femininity, I think once you start dressing modestly, I felt like I could just express myself as a woman so much better because I wasn't, like, worried about, like, what people were looking at. And there are times when I'll walk out and I'll be like, oh my goodness, who is this person? I'll be, like, trying to hike up my tank top when, like, it's not even showing anything.
Absolutely. I just did that a minute ago with this shirt.
Yeah.
It's not even a low collar.
Yeah.
I just feel exposed a little bit.
Yeah, and, like, there are definitely times if you have bigger assets, it's definitely harder. And I sympathize / empathize / struggle with that as well. And so it's like, there are times when you're like, this like, it fits, but also it's, it doesn't fit.
Can't wear that.
Yeah. So, all this to say, it's not to sit there and shame people, because that's not what we want to do. We've been there. We've been in
that.
states of immodesty. Yep.
We've been there. We've done that.
Yep.
We've grown from it.
Yeah. And that's what it really is
And now
about.
we're sharing how to learn from it.
Yeah.
So that you don't have to spend your time
Yeah. So
doing it.
main points, takeaways. We went off on a lot. We don't want to lead other people into sin.
No.
We want to respect ourselves.
Yes.
And we want to respect our future husbands, whether they be earthly men or
earthly
Jesus. Which, if you get to marry Jesus, that's awesome.
So that's a pretty cool thing to say.
Yeah, you get to be the bride of Christ. And I don't know if you've ever noticed, but nuns are some of the most beautiful people out
And
there.
they're so happy.
They're so joyful. I
just
not
so
a calling on
happy.
my heart, but just the most beautiful people, and they're so modest. They literally wear head to toe all the time.
They look so happy and so beautiful.
Yes. So,
Great
all that
job.
to say, you don't need to dress in a way to entice people to make you beautiful. And I think that's
Absolutely
where
not.
our society has told us the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to show off your body in order to be beautiful.
Nope. Don't do it. It's not worth it.
It's not. It's also ultimately
worth
going to
your
make
soul.
you feel bad, and it's going to lead other people into sin. And it's just not worth it. It's not worth your soul. That's one of my favorite things to say these days is, you know what? That's not worth my soul. Doing this one thing, not worth my soul.
Not at all.
But yeah, so if you have any questions, feel free to comment below.
Yeah.
We would love to answer them.
We could tell you places that we've found clothes if you want advice there.
Thrift shops, resale shops are good. Honestly, learning how to sew has been, I got a sewing machine, has been really helpful, because if I don't like the way something looks, I can there's a skirt that I have a slit in that goes up too high. I'm gonna sew that thing up over spring break. So that can also be really helpful, because then you can buy the thing that you want, but you can fix it.
Yeah.
Add more fabric, take out the slit or something like that, easy fixes. So you gotta be resourceful sometimes.
Yeah. Resources. Anyway, like, subscribe, comment, ring the bell. I'm sorry I didn't say much. I just really liked listening to Allie talk this week, apparently.
Modesty is one of my favorite things.
Usually I have more of an opinion, but it was just fun to listen to Allie.
Apologize that it's
all
just
good.
one of my favorite topics,
No,
and I could go
I enjoy
on
it
and on
too,
about
but
it.
It's fun to listen to you
And
sometimes.
I just want women to know, that's the thing, is I want women to know how beautiful they are without all of the extra stuff.
Absolutely.
You don't need it. You just need to be you.
Yep. But you should work hard to find you too.
That's an important thing too. If you don't know who you are,
It's
then
hard to be you.
yeah.
Anyway,
We can talk about that another time.
Yeah. Maybe another week. Ring the bell so you get notifications every time we make a video, post a video, upload a video, upload a video. Comment any video ideas too. We'll take those. We have ideas of our own, but it's really fun to do things that you guys want to hear.
We haven't gotten to yet, but we'd like
someday
to.
we think we will get to.
We got 24 subscribers now, so homies,
That's kind of a lot.
comment below.
Because we are striving to be YouTube influencers, so
I
help
don't
us out.
want to be an influencer.
Allie wants to be an influencer.
Nobody listen to me.
Allie wants to be an influencer so bad. Anyway, don't forget to keep striving for likeness, and we will see you next week.